Hi guys, my name is Denny and welcome to Conversation with Innovators. Today I'm so excited. I have a very renowned, hardworking, multi-potentialite, a young man, and his name is Patrick Marcus Daudokumo, popularly known as PMD.
Thank you, ma'am.
He's a music director, he's a cinema director, he's a cinematographer, he's a colorist, and he's the man behind the recent blockbuster Echoes from the Creek.
The Tale of the Elephants. Against the odds.
Lose that humility. So, for someone as young as you were born in 1994.
Yeah.
I know your age. You have a very rich history, a very rich background. I know we can't go into all of that, but there's something I found very, interesting about your story. You talked about being arrested for starring in a movie.
Yeah.
What really was going on that period?
Okay, that was 2014, and so we did the first film titled My Desire Becomes My Pain. Then the next one, there were some set of persons that were trained by Jet Amata then.
Oh, okay.
From Nimbe. So we were like, we had this burning desire to do big things. So we said, let's work on a project titled Shield of Battle. So we partnered with these guys. They had good equipment. So we started working with them. As at that time, when we wanted to work, we started having some clash of people that said, okay, there is an association, so the actors needs to be registered. Me, I was the assistant director of the production as at that time. So we went and met with those in authority, like, please, we want to do this work, so give us time to do. They give us conditions that if you want to do a movie, you should take 80% of the cast from the association. We were shooting the first day, second day, third day. I went into the bush to get some stuff. On my way coming out, I saw a police van that came to carry, I think, about 8 of my cast.
Wow.
8 of them. And when we get me, the director, and the cinematographer, I said, okay, because we were spearheading the production, so let's go to the police station and bail them out and probably agree on something.
So instead of this experience you had, instead of it to kill your ambition and your desire, it's really, brought out that ambition.
Yes.
Sunday, I went to the premiere of your movies, Echoes from the Creek. I don't have the words to describe the emotions I still have in me right now, Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, man.
And I realized that, like you said, we don't have much stories from the Niger Delta about what we have experienced and what are experiencing. So I'd like to know what really preempted you to, shoot a movie with such undertones.
Okay, on that, I think what brought the motivation specifically is the desire for growth in the Niger Delta region. Fantastic. Like, at a point, I was like, man, I want to be part of the IYC. At a point, as a youth, I wanted to be part of the IYC. Then I discovered that, if you're part, you guys are going to be doing the talking. You have a craft. Why don't you come in from another way and tell it from another, since you've done something and the international community will listen to you. They are the people that are misinterpreting our stories. So if you want to target, because we know our story, we will know what we are passing through. So we are not telling our people what we are passing through. We are telling those people that are misinterpreting our stories and calling us names that we are not. That, this is not who we are. So the target is those people outside, not people inside. And also a reminder to people inside that are doing wrong things that, this is how we should live our life. So that other people who are outside can actually look at us and say, these people are unique.
Seriously.
So it's at a point, like sometimes I think about the story and I cry over and over and over again. It's a movie I did. It's a movie I edited. I shot it like, before we went into the production, I've seen every picture of it on my head. I knew every bit of what I'm going to do. Then we came back from production. I edited the work. So I was like, for months, I was practically sitting in front of the system with this work every day. But anytime I sat down to watch this movie, tears comes out of my eye. Exactly. Why? Because I feel the pain that this thing, we cannot just keep quiet like this.
True.
We have to change the narrative, and I think the young people are in a better place to do so.
Exactly.
So we just have to, it's a desire to make a change, and I think we are working towards the change.
Yes, we are, And talking about the movie itself, because, I sat down in the hall, and a lot of young people behind me were like, they were expecting it to be guns and tough.
Yeah.
They wanted a tough movie. So I want to know from you, was that, that genre which you chose, I think the documentary, melodramatic, was it deliberate? And what did you hope to achieve from using that specific genre?
When we were trying to do the work, I was very specific in having conversation with my scriptwriter that we don't need a gunplay.
Fantastic.
You want to give people a reason that we should be called heroes. Our fighters should be called heroes. Then you should not start the play with gunplay. So we are trying to make like, okay, this is the origination of the Ijaw man.
Yes.
Now, the origination of the Ijaw man was not a fighter. He wasn't a gunfighter.
Fantastic.
So if you just start the play with gunplay that everybody is expecting, the gunplay they are expecting is a play that happens some centuries back. But that wasn't what happened in the beginning. So if you want to change the narrative, we need to come that, okay, like at the ending of the film, the guy said, they have misdirected our attention for so many years. It is high time we rise up and face it. Now, at that point, people expected that he would just enter, go and probably do things, do the Asawana things, enter, go. We looked at it like, give a vast message in a way that the intellectual man who fights for the good of the Niger Delta will pick it up from there that said, it is high time we stand up for our rights. He will not stand with a gun, he will stand with his pen. Now, the one that has the gun will look at it and said, it is high time we stand for our rights. So if he was actually using the gun to do wrong, he will now sit down and said, man, it is high time we use this one to threaten our people, let them do the right thing.
Fantastic.
So you give a open, like the questions they are asking, you give them an open answer. Let everybody think of what should come next. What should be the next action of that guy since he said he's tired of it.
Fantastic.
So at that point, I was looking at it like, just imagine that Adakaboro said he was tired of it. And he stood up and said, men, let's stand up for this. So let's imagine that was Adakaboro saying he's tired because things were happening before Adakaboro said he's tired. And stood up for the Niger Delta emancipation.
Yes.
So if he stood up, that means before the standing up, something happened. So we need to give people that room, and if we want to present it, let's not go with that gunplay first. Exactly. We will bring the gunplay later. The gunplay, because the gunplay is part of our history.
Exactly.
It is,
but it is not our main history.
Yes. Yeah. People did things happen before the gunplay. So the gunplay will come, but still at the end of the day, you will know that the gunplay did not give us the answers that we really needed to get. True. So,
in fact, the gunplay was a ploy.
Yes.
For us to, this divide and rule kind of thing.
Yes.
Because they knew, I like some things you did, and I'm going to say some things which I observed that you did. Now, the gunplay actually was for us to fight ourselves, because when you give these people guns,
yes,
they have to fight themselves.
Yes.
And those who are doing the stuff keep on doing it.
Yes.
And you are now killing your people.
Yes, it's just a distraction in front. Let them be there distracting themselves while those who are behind doing what they are doing, and they are not talking. Exactly. So the people who are even bringing the pain, they are not playing the gunplay.
Exactly.
So we cannot place the gunplay in front of us.
True.
The gunplay is not the #1 priority, or the growth. Okay, should we say, okay, Adakaboro fought? Yes, he did. He fought. But at the end of the day, when he got into the military, what was it? He has to play intellectual game with the people in authority to see that, man, we have an Ijaw state. Exactly. After the long while of him, the Ijaw state came. But was it because of the fight, the gunplay, that the Ijaw state came? No. So it is actually something that it has to be deliberate. That's why when young people, I know that the story is not for young, like the young minds that do not know the history. It's just an insight because everything, some people, I see some people talk about like, we were expecting this and this thing.
Yeah.
Some people said that, like even one of the sections, some person said, we are expecting to go, we did not see it. I said, how can you say you want to be an hero and you start with gone? Yes.
So I interpreted it along the lines that, yes, I'm a Niger person.
Yeah.
And I have a story.
Yes.
I have a very rich story.
Yes.
And for me to be anything, I should know my story and I should own my story.
That's true.
And I also saw that my heritage was very rich. A lot of Ijaws are disenfranchised from their heritage.
Yeah.
And sadly, I'm one of such people. And the third thing that stood out to me was the fact that we were not strategic in our fights.
Yes.
And for going forward, we should be strategic. So now I want to pose something to you. This oil we are fighting for, this emancipation that we want, emancipation from what? The oil we are fighting for, you know, it's a natural resource and it's going to end one day.
Yes.
So after the oil, what next? Oh yeah, over to you.
That's why when we were deliberating on the script, I said we should be very deliberate in passing out some messages in a way that people will have their mindset in thinking of what they want to actually think about. If we said we are fighting for the area, me specifically in that script, we are not this. The guy saying we are tired of this. It's not because of the oil that let's fight and take our oil. No, it is because we were okay using our fishes to survive.
Okay.
We were doing our palm wine typing and they were living okay. I came from a very extended family.
Okay.
My dad got married to 10 wives.
Oh wow.
My mom is second to the last.
Okay.
And in that family, like we live in a very large family that this man, what was his only income was the palm wine typing. He has a very big, different farms that he employ people to go tap palm wine. Like every five days, they are making money. So every day they are cooking kai kai.
Okay.
Every blessed day, like growing up, that was what I knew, that the business that Ijaw man is using to make money.
It's kai kai.
Yes. So if these people were making money from this, the oil wasn't what they were using to survive before. The oil came, and because of the people who were managing these resources that did not manage it in the right way, it stops them from having access to the river.
Okay.
So if they go and throw nets, nothing will come out.
Exactly.
If they go to the farm, all the trees are dying because the oil is gradually eating up from their roots.
Thank you.
That means these people, source of livelihood is being taken away from them.
Exactly.
Now, children are also going into the river. They are taking their baths from the same river. And it's not good for their system, so they are dying. That is the point. He is crying out that we are tired of this. That means either you stop or you do the right thing. Do the right thing by, if you want to take the oil, but do it in a way that it will not be stopping us from our own growth.
True.
It will not be stopping us from our success or from our our way of success. So we should, if we want to go to the river, we should be the oil should be flowing. And
We
should be
can
able
coexist with the oil.
Yes, we should still be able to do our businesses. Let's not just hope that the crude is what will give us money. Without the crude, we die. That is when poverty becomes too much to bear. So I think definitely the crude will finish.
It will finish.
So the Ijaw man will likely still go back to the originality of the hymn. He will still have to make use of those things that he could use in making money.
Yes.
So how can he do that? It's for the Ijaw man or the Niger Delta man to begin to see abilities in himself, because they've lost their abilities, the God-given strength that they have inside them. They've lost it.
Yeah.
They felt we can just sit down and things fall into place for us. So they are just hoping and depending on something that they don't know if it will last or not.
No.
So it is high time for the Ijaw man or the Niger Delta man to say, man, let's work towards this. Let's invest on, like now that we are still seeing the oil, let's use those resources and invest on other things that can actually benefit for the future. I know that some countries or nations or states invest for time ahead. I said vision is necessary, vision is compulsory. You cannot live in a place, or you cannot lead people without vision. And what is vision? It's seeing beyond the expectations of people.
Sure.
So if we are here, we are seeing the oil today, then we should be able to begin to see the time that the oil will finish. And what are the possibilities of what we can actually do to make a way. So I think the Niger Delta man has to sit up.
I've heard you say so much about the Ijaw people, but what one last message would you like to say to Ijaw youth in particular?
Okay. On the side of our youths, like brothers and sisters, people like me, I think I always say this word, that it is high time we think ahead of ourselves. Let's not begin to think of what we can gain now. Those people that made history, they did not fight for immediate result. They fought for everlasting result that stand for the test of time. So I think every Niger Delta youth should think of the way forward, not to think of what they can get from anybody. It is high time we stand up for ourselves. Let's be deliberate, like if it happens, then because we want it to happen. And if it did not happen, it's because we never wanted it to happen. So I think that's what I have for my brothers. Let's think ahead of time. Let's not be thinking of now what we can eat, what car would we drive. Please,
be uncomfortable,
please,
and disrupt things.
Please, let's do the right thing. Let's do the right thing.
God bless you so much. Thank you for this words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Guys, you have heard him, PMD himself. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, I think I want to do a shout out to Rage Crew, our partner from US. Crew from the US, man, that's not in Nigeria. He's not in Nigeria, but this guy actually saw our project and he was like, man, this is nice. And from the pre-production, this guy supported us till post-production to finish.
Fantastic.
So I want to say a big thank you to Rage from the US, United States of America, and thank you so much for believing in the originality of the Niger Delta man. Thank you so much, and shout out to our supporters and our crew in South Africa. Thank you. Thank you.
How about your crew in Nigeria?
And to our crew here in Nigeria, man, man, if I want to call names, man, you guys are amazing. Well, I want to say shout out to Xwood Films, in CEO, which is Rico Ziguare. You know, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. To Silver Flames Media, in person of Sly, man, if we have men like that in this our region, then there is no way we will not succeed.
Fantastic.
So I would say kudos to him, and we have series of different Zero Art World for all the photography. We did not pay a dime.
Wow.
Like if we were to be paying, then I knew that only, like, even for the post-production, calculation of post-production alone was about 400 and something thousand. But we did not pay anything. We did not pay anything. Yeah, somebody calculated it and said, oh, man, let's work together. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody. Everybody, thank you. To the crew, to the scriptwriter, actors, Miss Bayasa, Pipa Coleon, IJ, Emma Lokotoate, all of you, thank you. God bless you. And thank you so much, man, for believing in us. Like, I didn't take this for granted. This is an opportunity, and I see myself that if you have mothers like you, sisters like you, who see ahead of time. Because I knew that anybody that needs to tap into this, it's somebody that is actually seeing ahead. It's not someone that is seeing today, because I know that I'm not seeing anything that anybody will gain. No, yeah.
Sure.
So if anybody is coming into this, that means the person is seeing ahead of time, and to be sincere, you are seeing ahead of time.
Fantastic.
So I want to say a big thank you, man. Thank you so much to your platform. Thank you, and God bless you.
Awesome. So guys, you have heard from him, and hope to see you again this time next week. And we are expecting so much from him. Now, you can't hide anywhere.
Yeah.
We are expecting so much. You know, from whom much is given, much is expected.
Yes,
and we are praying for you.
Amen.
And you know that you and your crew, you would not let us down.
Amen.
So same time next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. My name is Patrick Marcus Daudokumo, known as PMD. I want you to keep your eyes on Upshift with Benny. Please, you don't need to go anywhere. Just stay tuned.